Hi everyone, welcome back to the Java class. So let us continue the journey to learn exception handling in Java programming language. In today's session, we will learn what is a throw keyword and how throw keyword can be used in exception handling. Let us understand with the help of a programming example. So here we have created a method that is a check age that will check whether a person will be eligible for voting or not, or inside the main function just you are calling this function. Let us run this program and let's see what will be the output of it. So here you can see the output is access denied for voting. You must be at least 18 years old because the age of a person is 15 years old, right? So how will you use the throw keyword inside it? Right now the program is perfectly fine. Let us understand what is throw keyword. So here the definition of the throw keyword. So far what we have done, you have only been catching exceptions that are thrown by the Java runtime systems. However, your program can throw an exception explicitly also. Then there is a role of throw keyword. So using a throw keyword, you can explicitly throw an exception from a method or any block of code, and this is the syntax of it. So let me just show you how will you use the throw keyword. So let us come inside a check age function, or inside we have written a condition if age is less than 18. So we are just displaying a message access denied for voting. You must be at least 18 years old. So inside it, I can generate an exception. If the age of a person is less than 18, so I can generate an exception using a throw keyword, throw new arithmetic exception I can write, right? This is the arithmetic exception. Or inside it, I can add some message also. So I can some message inside. You can see this is the message, and I will remove this part from this, right? So right now what I have done, if the age of a person will be less than 18, so I'm just throwing an exception and will display some message, and this is the message, right? So let us run this program and let's see what is the output of it. So whenever you will run this program, you can see this check age function is throwing an exception. So we have to manage this part also. So how to manage if you will throw some exception using a throw keyword? So we have the two ways to manage it. You can see here this one. An exception can be handled either in the method that raises the exception or in the calling function. So the way to handle the exceptions in this case, you can handle inside the method which is raising an exception, means inside check age you can handle the exceptions, or you can handle the exception in the calling function, that is the main function. So let me just show you both the methods. So first let me show you how to manage such kind of exceptions in the calling function, that is main. So here to manage it, you will simply write the try and catch block, or inside it you will just call this function, that is check age, or inside the catch you can write the arithmetic exception. And here we go. You can just add some statement using a system.out.println statement, right? So here you can display message, simple message. You can display exception is caught in main function, or you can display the information of this exception using e dot get message. Okay, so what we have done so far, you can see here inside check age function we are explicitly throwing exception, so that need to be managed. So I am managing this exception inside a calling function using a try catch. This is the method one. Now you will see what is the output of it. You can run this program and you can see the output. Okay, so if your age is 15, so it is displaying a message exception is caught in main, and it is displaying a message that is e dot get message, right? So if you want to display some information, so you can display simple the object, that is e, or you can see what is the output of it. So here you can see you will get the information exception is caught in the main, and you will get some that exception information, and you will get the message exit denied for voting. You must be at least 18 years old. If you will pass the value like 19, so in that case the exception will not be occurred. Let us run this program and you will see what is the output. It will show the access granted for voting and you are old enough. So throw keyword is used to throw an exception explicitly whenever you are applying some conditions on it. Let me just show you the second way. So here you can see an exception can be handled either in the method that raised the exception or in the calling function. So in the calling function, we have managed the exceptions. Let me just show you how to handle the exception in the method that raised an exception. So this check is function is raising an exception. So how will you manage this part? So I will just remove everything from this and I will call this function, and I will manage the exception in this function also. So how will you manage? So inside it you can pass a try or catch block. Okay, so you can pass some conditions like this. You can pass, I will just remove this and add inside a try block. Okay, and this is the corresponding catch, or you have to just put the complete statement, this part, inside a try block. Now perfectly fine. So here using a arithmetic exception, you can just write, or you can just drop some message inside it. Let me just show you how will you write it. Here you can see, or you can display some message. You can display the message like exception caught, exception caught in a method. Okay, exception caught in method, and you can display some information using or printing the object, that is E. So here this is the method 2 to manage such kind of exceptions. So here the throw keyword is throwing an exception explicitly. So how will you manage? The second way to manage, you can manage using try and catch inside this method. Now let us run this program and let's see what will be the output of it. So here you can see the age is 19, but if the age is 15, what will be the output of it? Run this and here is the output. You can see exception caught in method. This is information access denied for voting. You must be at least 18 years old. So guys, these are the two ways to manage the exceptions whenever you will throw explicitly from the throw keyword. Okay. So in this concept, I will add one more thing, that is how to rethrow an exception. So definitely you can rethrow an exception. So what is the meaning of rethrow? Rethrowing an exception means catching an exception in a catch block and then throwing it. So what is the meaning of it? Here you can see in this method, you are managing the exceptions that is thrown by this throw keyword explicitly, that is throw new arithmetic exceptions. So how can you rethrow it? The rethrow you can perform from the catch block. So if I will write here, that is the throw and E. So I am just rethrowing this exception object, rethrowing an exception object. So how can you rethrow an exception object? From the catch block you can rethrow. So what is the meaning of it? Here inside it, inside this if statement, you are throwing an explicitly exception, that is arithmetic exception, that is handled by try and catch. That part we have done. Now inside a catch, you are writing the throw keyword. Again, the throw and the name of the exception object, that is E. So what is the meaning of it? It means is you are throwing an exception object. So why we are doing it? This throw or rethrowing can be useful if you want to perform some actions when an exception occurs, like logging, but then want to allow a higher level of the programs to handle the exceptions. So again, you are throwing the exceptions to manage someone else. So who will manage it? What will be the flow of it? You have to understand that part, right? So whenever you will throw or rethrow from this catch, the control will go to here, and here you have to manage this part. So here you will again use a try and catch. Inside this try and catch, let me just show you without try and catch, so you can see if you will rethrow, what will be the problem. Let us run this program and you will see this is the exception, rethrowing an exception. So we have to manage that exception also, right? So how will you manage that exceptions? So it will rethrow in the calling function where you are just calling it. So we are rethrowing in the calling function. So inside calling, you can manage it using a try and catch. So here you can just call this function and you can display some message inside a catch block, not this one. I will copy this and I will just paste here, and I will add this arithmetic exception, or you will just drop a message exception caught in main. So I will just writing exception caught in main, so you can also understand the flow of it. Now let us run this and let's see what is the output of it. So you can see the exception caught in method, this one, and exception caught in the main. So what is the flow of it? Let me just try to explain you how this program flowing. So that is very, very important. That is, you need to understand well. So let us come back. So inside a try, we have a condition if age is less than 18. So we are just throwing an explicit exception. So how will you manage it? You have used this try and catch inside this method check age. So this exception will be managed. So whenever you will, this throw will occur, it will come to this catch. It will come to this catch and it will display exception caught in a method and will display the information. So you can see the output of it, right? So after that, you are just rethrowing this exception object. So it will come to the calling function that is inside the main. And here it will be handled by a corresponding catch, which is inside main function. And it will display the message exception caught in main, and you are displaying the information. So guys, I hope you understand the concept of throwing an exception object in Java programming language. So guys, please do the revision of it, do the practice of it, and if you like this video, please subscribe is and just write the comment so I can understand how much you are liking of it. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Have a great day.